Hey people, welcome back. It's Before 11 Skillsman here, or Leechman. And this is just to tell you, this is a continuation from the last playoff talk of the Eastern Conference. If you didn't watch that video, there will be an annotation on the screen right now. Click it, or if you don't have the annotations, there will be a link down in the description to go back and watch those videos. As always, Geek and Beef's channels will be in the description below. Love y'all. God bless you. Peace.
Anyway, next series. Let me go to the interesting one, aka the probably the easiest matchup that we can probably decide in this entire bracket, which is going to be the Miami Heat versus the Charlotte Bobcats.
Bring out the broom.
Do I even have to say anything? I forget about the Miami Heat. We're talking about the Bobcats.
And no offense to the
I think
Bobcats,
they're
a
gonna.
good team this year, though.
I think the Bobcats will push it to 5. I think they will get one. I mean, I think the Heat will just like slack up one of those games, but I think it'll be like in Game 5, it's over.
It's gonna be a broom. We're gonna sweep. We're gonna clean. Take them out on their own home court. We're gonna handle business.
No analytics about it. It's just we're just gonna broom them straight up.
No analytics. You don't need anything to say about that. It's just straight up. Come on. I mean, the Bobcats. I've noticed something though. Throughout the entire playoff series with the Bobcats and Heat, it's been the Bobcats play really well throughout the entire game, but they just can't. They don't have the. They haven't been there before, so it's like if the Miami Heat goes on like a 10-0 run or something, the Bobcats just kind of shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they can't recover from that. So, that's my main thing with that.
They're gonna steal one, man. I think Jefferson he's gonna get him one in.
Yeah, I'm honestly going to say that the Bobcats are going to win the series. No, no, I'm just playing.
Okay,
No,
Keith.
no,
All right.
I'm going Heat. 4 games. There's no competition. The Bobcats, aka the next year will be the Charlotte Hornets, which by the way I love that change of name. Listen, the Bobcats will be contenders and within a few years, but they're not there yet at all.
Yeah.
Still developing. That entire roster, basically outside of Kemba, you can basically just clear it. And all of those guys are going to be trade bait for draft picks.
Kemba now.
Honestly, I think Al Jefferson is going to be one of those guys who gets traded for trade bait. I mean, it's trade bait for a draft pick, honestly, in the future.
Probably. Depends on how he handles those injuries, man.
Sure.
The only thing I'm concerned about is Michael Jordan as a GM and president. I do not lie. Sorry.
I heard the funniest thing on the radio. Someone was talking about that team, and they said, "Well, the Bobcats are really good, despite Michael Jordan trying to make them suck."
Yeah. Like honestly, I think the best draft pick he's made obviously was Kemba Walker, but then I don't know what happened with Gilchrist. I don't know what happened with him.
I think he's just not panning out, man. I don't know if it's coaching or just his progression isn't going as they thought or what, man. But
my question is, why do you have Michael Jordan in the front office when he could be coaching the team? Really?
Are you kidding me? Are you serious right now? That's like, if you're a great player, I don't think you can coach. That's the thing is, when you're a great player, it's different when you go off to the sideline because you can't see everything as well.
yeah. I think I'd be more worried that Jordan would have like a jersey on underneath and he's just like Superman to it all.
He'd posterize like LeBron on in game.
Exactly.
Right. Like, you know what? I'm getting in here. Enough of this. I'll put the team on my back.
All right, so let's move on to the last series in the Eastern Conference,
which is like the most interesting series, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think it's honestly the best series in the entire playoffs, in my opinion. But that's obviously just really biased. We're talking about the Raptors and the Nets.
Yep, I'm going with. Actually, this is like the hardest one to pick.
Yep.
As much as I would love the easy road back to the finals, I think it would be a more intriguing thing if the Nets won this series. That would really, really entertain me. I would love that. Nets versus Heat next round.
Yeah.
But I kind of want an easy road, so I'm gonna pick the Raptors.
Any rhyme or reason behind it, Leach?
No, I just want easy.
Or are you
road.
just scared?
I'm scared. I ain't playing with Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce is the truth, and you don't mess with that, man. You do not mess with Paul Pierce. I mean, and KG with his KG. I don't know why KG.
You just missed the Pacers within 4 of the
what?
Hawks right now.
Whoa,
Yep.
whoa. Pacers lose. Lose.
Oh, because you don't want to be wrong.
Of course. I gotta
Anyway.
defend my pick.
Anyway, anything else you got to say about the Nets and the Raptors, Leach, or?
Nah, I mean, I already said it all. I just want an easy road. I just
Alright.
do not want to face the Nets. Kevin Garnett scares the living daylight out of me. You know,
It's
he-
because
he
of
looks
those
like
commercials.
a ripper to me. He's just like, I'm gonna take your soul. It's just, no, I don't want
It's
to
because
deal
of
with
those
that.
Beats commercials. It's because of those Beats commercials. You can tell everybody, I'm the man, I'm the man.
Although I do think if the Nets do play the Heat in the next round, the Heat are gonna win. Just because, if I remember correctly, when the old Boston Celtics played the Heat and took it to 7 games, LeBron put the team on his back. Best player in the world. Let's go. So,
Durant.
Boys will play like that, man. Durant is still like at least 2 years away.
That's a different argument for a different time.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's another day,
Alright.
another time.
Since I know that Beef has like an essay written, I'm just gonna go ahead and say I got the Nets in 7. I think experience trumps athleticism in this particular instance.
Okay.
All right. So, the Brooklyn Nets. What can I say about them? Through all the trials and tribulations throughout the season, through all the fighting between the Knicks and the Nets fans throughout the season, yeah, I'm talking to you, Chosen. Now we have finally found out who the real superior New York basketball team is, and that's called the Brooklyn Nets right here. They are here, and they are here to stay in New York. Now on to the Toronto Raptors, which technically should not be in the NBA. You know, National Basketball Association, they are not a part of the United States of America. But, just saying. But anyway, really, do the Toronto Raptors have a chance? Do they have a chance? Yes, they do have a chance. But like Geek said, experience trumps skill every time. Unless your skill is talking about the dream team. We're talking about Pierce, we're talking about Garnett, and those guys know how to beat not just teams like the Miami Heat, but know how to beat teams that all around the league. They've done it all on the Boston Celtics, and now they're bringing it all to the Brooklyn Nets. And then you got to bring in the factor that Mason Plumlee, is going off. He's really developing as a player, and he's actually been a really good guy for the team right now. Mirza Teletovic has been really scoring really well, not just from the perimeter, but inside as well.
Blowing up. I gotta turn them off.
Then you got Darren Williams. He's passing around as per usual, doing his thing. But then you got that bench with Sean Livingston as well. So I think that the Nets, honestly, in my opinion, have the second best depth in the entire league next to the Spurs. They basically have a second starting lineup, in my opinion. That's just me.
That's actually true. It's like, I don't know who they call on the bench, but it's just like, oh, by the way, we have what's his name? What's their point guard's name again?
Darren Williams and
Darren
Sean
Williams.
Livingston.
For whatever reason, they'll just put Darren Williams on the bench and bring him out, and then he beasts, and it's just like unexpected. It's not what you think, but
these are the two lineups basically that we have on the Nets. We got Darren Williams, Joe Johnson, who I forgot to mention, and how dare I disrespect him like
Joe
that.
Johnson.
Got Joe Johnson, the clutchest player
He is.
in the NBA.
Okay,
And
apart
then-
from Jamal Crawford, Joe Johnson can dance on you. I mean,
Yes, he
he
can.
can break your ankles. I just love watching him, Jamal Crawford, the Splash Brothers, especially Steph Curry. When Steph Curry gets going, off dribble shot, he's just like, oh man, those guys are really good. I love watching them play.
Anyway, you got Darren Williams, you got Joe Johnson, Paul Pierce, what's his name? Some power forward. then you got Mason Plumlee. Then you have Sean Livingston, Kevin Garnett, Andre Blatch, and Mirzarak Teletovic. I think I said his name already. But you got those guys. It's like 2 starting lineups in my opinion. That's both guys can. True. Anyway, I'm starting to stutter. So Western Conference.